Is it premature? Hell yeah, it's premature. Absolutely is this not something that I think we should be talking about now. But I do think this gives us a great opportunity to talk about this now. Knock on wood, this video existing does not serve as a jinx for our brothers in the red and white. Because today, what I wanted to do was go over Team Canada at the World Juniors and just get into a little bit of a hype fest heading into today's semi-final game. Canada is playing off against Czechia in the semis at, what is that going to be, 5:30 p.m. my time? Sweden-Finland is also a semi-game that is coming up today. So, of course, we got some World Junior action. Go ahead and check that out on TSN. But I wanted to talk about two players on Team Canada that are really giving their team's fans something to cheer about. And to help us out with all that, let's head over to a tweet that was posted by one Corey Pronman, who does stuff for The Athletic. He posted this on The Athletic Hockey Show. Montreal Canadiens prospect Michael Hage is the current frontrunner to being the MVP of the World Juniors. And I know right off the hop, you could say, what in the world does a tweet like that even serve? Why is anybody talking about who's going to be the MVP before the semifinals have even started? Like, talk about premature, why don't ya? But I think what this does is it just speaks volumes to how good Montreal Canadiens prospect Michael Hage has actually been so far at the World Juniors. That is not to discredit any of the other Canadians that are scoring points and doing things, but Michael Hage has been such a joy to watch for Canadiens fans. Let's go out there and talk about the numbers first, and then we'll also talk about who else is leading the tournament in points. Michael Hage, 19 years old, 6'1", 198, a right-handed center, drafted by Montreal, 21st overall in the 2024 NHL Entry Draft. He has 28 points in 20 NCAA games, but at the World Junior Tourney, he's got 9 points in 5 games played. Now, the unfortunate part about Michael Hage is the fact that he actually has declined in point production from the beginning of the tourney. And I say that because he only had 1 assist in the game against Slovakia yesterday. 7-1 victory for Team Canada. But, devil's advocate point of view over here, it's true, Michael Hage only had 1 point, but not too many Canadians actually produced a lot in yesterday's stomping of the Slovaks. If you take a look at the overall numbers from that game in particular, you can see that a bunch of guys got 2 points. Sam O'Reilly, Michael Misa, Porter Martone is over here, so is Cole Baudouin and Zayne Parekh, not to mention Keaton Verhoff with 2 points. Of course, we recognize that Verhoff is a draft eligible alongside of Gavin McKenna, but that same McKenna got himself 1 point. Caleb Desnoyers, 1 point. Michael Hage, 1 point. What's this all saying is essentially that just because Michael Hage dipped to only 1 point in the game does not mean that he's fallen off. I'm just being facetious with that. But Hage is not the top point scorer in the tourney, despite the fact that he started out with a bunch of multi-point games heading into the semis. You also have yourselves Zayne Parekh, Calgary Flames prospect, who has gone out there and totally dominated from the blue line as well. 19 years old, 6 feet, 187, a right-handed defenseman drafted by Calgary 9th overall in the 2024 NHL Entry Draft. Now, the thing with Zayne Parekh is that when he was draft eligible, a lot of us were saying this guy is like the next coming of a Cale Makar, of a Quinn Hughes, that type of offensive defenseman that is just so dominant in the way he controls the power play, the top of the point, the umbrella, the areas that command respect from D. Zayne Parekh was such a monster in his draft-eligible campaign, and it's why he was taken in the top 10. 96 points in 66 games as a draft-eligible, 107 points in 61 games the year after that. And this season he's got 1 assist in 11 Calgary Flames games. Unfortunately, the Flames are not letting him run their power play just yet, but that's okay, because it gives him the opportunity to do his thing at the World Juniors, where he currently has 10 points in 5 games. So Zayne Parekh going out there with a double point per game metric obviously is in control. We saw the stretch pass that he made to TJ Ginla to absolutely open the lane right through everybody. He is an eagle-eyed hockey player with really good skills who's able to thread passes through everybody to his intended target. It is such a joy to watch this Zayne Parekh go out there and do his thing. But now, when we see whether or not a guy like Parekh or even a Michael Hage can be labeled as the tournament MVP, we start to see Canadiens fans go out there and get a little bit frustrated with that assessment. Suzuki Swift says, does he have sources, or is that just who he thinks the MVP has been so far? And it's far from decided anyway. Literally anyone could win it at this point. Imagine predicting the MVP before the semis and the finals. Waiting for the whole thing to be over is much safer indeed. What about waiting until after the MVP is named? Okay, yeah, that is just joking around. Yeah, the folks on our Habs are feeling kind of funny today, let's just say. Another comment here says Zayne Parekh has the same number of points, more goals, and is a defenseman. McKenna has basically the same record, but with one more goal, same amount of points. I don't think there can be a frontrunner like that. Now, if you take a look at the overall point production race, you can see that Zayne Parekh, Gavin McKenna, and Vojtech Schaefer are near the top of the tournament in scoring. Michael Hage is right there too, tied for second with McKenna and Schaefer there. So it is a pretty tight race, I would say. There is no one clear up and above winner if you were to make that MVP claim at the moment, but still, Michael Hage is definitely in the conversation. Just how he's able to control space and how he demands respect on the ice from seemingly everybody, even his own teammates. They're always passing it to him for a reason. Plus the fact that he's able to just waltz by guys and he's skilled to hold on to and protect the puck in the offensive zone and make these plays happen. He is such a talented player. There's a reason why some Canadiens fans were insinuating that Michael Hage could even be Montreal's second-line center this season in the playoffs. Let's face it, the Habs are going to make the dance. Could Michael Hage be an immediate part to help out the team in this specific run that's going to start in April, that'll maybe take its way over into May or June? Who knows? I would try to go out there and say similar things about Zayne Parekh and the Calgary Flames, but at this point, I don't know, are the Flames going to make the playoffs? Could Zayne Parekh become an immediate power play producer for that team as well? I'm actually kind of curious. Let's go out there and take a look at the Calgary Flames and their line combinations. Just see who's running the power play as of right now. Okay, so it is Rasmus Andersson, who is the number 1D on the point. That guy's going to get traded soon. Why not give Parekh that opportunity? Take a look at the second power play unit. Okay, so they have Mackenzie Weegar on the other one. Yeah, that's fine. Weegar is a good defenseman. He can do everything. He can block a lot of shots and play very physical and also score some points, so I can understand them going with those two. But once one of them gets moved, there's a pretty good spot open for Zayne Parekh. I better not be seeing Mackenzie Weegar on that first power play unit in Calgary. Especially if they make the playoffs. Just imagine what Zayne Parekh could do in the postseason. He could have a Cale Makar-like impact in his first NHL season. But with all that said, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about both of these guys? Michael Hage, Zayne Parekh, they've gone out there and dominated for their World Junior team so far. We'll see whether or not they're capable of keeping it up later today against Team Czechia. How do you think they're going to continue in their NHL careers? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.